up? Welcome back to another episode of the ThoseMovieDudes podcast. I'm your beloved host, John, here to talk about some new releases, a little bit of movie news, maybe some post-Oscar reactions, if you will, and play a little Cine2Nerdle, maybe do a little Nate's Choice, see who gets thrown off the train this week. We'll just have a good old time along the way. So let's bring in our fellow dudes, Ducky and Debbie.
You keep saying beloved host, and I'm just curious to where you're getting that from.
Listen, man, the only person that has, disagree. I mean, I don't even know if you've disagreed with it. You just like to poke fun at it. Nobody's gone in the comments and been like, we don't love that guy. That's just me in my own head.
He does say beloved almost every single time.
Do you have a different adjective you would use? Handsome? We can go with handsome.
My host, John. I'm the host, John.
But that's not very fun. That's like Jeff Probst is like beloved host of 48 seasons of Survivor. Like, I'm not saying I'm in that same realm, but
does he say beloved?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't.
Okay, that proves it right there.
But like contestants are like happy to get their torch snuffed and like their dreams end with Jeff Probst smiling in their face and they're like happy about it. I feel like people have a similar reaction when they put on our podcast and see me.
Well, he has no stake in the game. You kind of do.
I have a candle of Jeff Probst behind me. He's shirtless somewhere.
Wait, what do you?
Okay.
Whoa!
I don't know what happened to it.
What do you mean you have a shirtless candle?
Anyways, yeah.
Probst.
It's talking about movies.
No, don't get away from this.
What?
Why
it was a
do you
gift.
have a
I didn't buy it. It was a gift.
candle?
It was a gift from a friend. It was a gift from a friend. It's shirtless Jeff Probst on a candle.
A gift from where? Like Hobby Lobby that you purchased yourself?
I think it's an Etsy thing. I'll find the link if you guys want. I'll pull it up later.
Really
No,
Etsy,
I would like a
Etsy,
Jason Voorhees shirtless candle.
Jeff Probst candle.
Whoa!
It's all eaten away. Like,
The first thing that came up with Jeff Goldblum.
that would be a cool candle.
Let's see the exact
Just
one.
him
I
as the
have.
fly.
Oh, here it is. Here, hold on. I'll share it. This is the one I have. Yep. There he is.
Can't see. Oh, there we go.
That's the one. I've yet to light it because, like, once it's gone, it's gone. You know what I mean? Maybe I can drink out of it.
The candle itself isn't. I was expecting the candle to be like a carved out,
like a molded.
shirtless.
Oh man!
Yeah. Not
in
just
another life.
Oh, let's. Jeez, I'm
I
let
a
down.
prayer candle, for my sister for Christmas. Well, I have it as well.
I am now canceling my order. Gone.
Damn.
Working. Stuff.
Oh, maybe I'll get the Alex Trebek candle next.
No.
I was gonna make a joke, but not now. Not now. All right.
It's horrible.
While you're buying celebrity candles, I'm over here buying my favorite movies on physical media. I got The Substance on 4K.
Oh my, nice slip too. It's a pretty solid.
It does have a
slip
cover. Yep.
Yeah.
Looks very, very nice. So
22.
Does it say
22.97.
movie exclusive on the
it's
thing?
Yeah, that's what they do with
Movie?
their
That's
titles.
interesting.
Yeah, they have movie, but I'm glad that there isn't like anything that's like over here. So
I feel like they'd stop doing that unless it's like your
feel like
generic run of the mill movie. Like, we know what comes in the case at this point. Come on, the people who are buying physical media know what comes in the case.
because their
Yeah,
decision to
Blu-ray
leave
on the
one,
spine.
I can't. It's I think it's in the corner too. Yeah, movie, but it's in
Yeah.
more of a Criterion like case. This is more.
Which throws me off. Like, be consistent. Like,
Is Mubi in the green for revenue? There's no way.
has it like the banner. Like, that looks pretty cool. But
that's nice. But like the lines don't match up, and it's like, come on.
I'm just not holding it correctly. But yeah, it is pretty cool. But yeah, have you guys Nate, have you picked up any physical media recently, or have you been
Oh,
shy?
oh, yeah. Oh, whoops! I just kicked the VR.
Mubi is $3 million in debt, according to Variety, as of last year.
Okay, well, we don't have to bring that up. Come on.
Just letting you know.
If we want sponsorships, you don't have to bring up the negatives, John.
No, I mean,
I
it's you
recently
gotta
canceled my movie subscription too, so we don't have to get into it.
So
I'm in the red
recently
more than Mubi. Let's be real.
Yeah.
I recently purchased the Synapse Blu-ray version of Demons. which is
Oh,
awesome. It's so crisp and clear, and it's a lot of fun.
is that a 4K?
It's a great way to stay in shape.
No, it's just a black case.
We all watched that
And-
movie.
Misleading.
John, do you remember watching that movie?
Demons?
It was when it was
They-
before we did a podcast. It was when we were just kind of keeping track ourselves and then just like having like what we wrote up like, I don't know, 100 words in the movies or something. And it was Demons. But this is when we were suspecting that you weren't actually watching the movies, and we've come to find out that that was true.
Or I just have a terrible memory. Like I'm trying to find any still other than the
just
poster.
half the movies we've watched. Oh yeah, I watched it, but we never talk about it.
Well, we used to have like a three movie a week quota, which is like that's a lot for some
There's
people.
a lot of movies, but that was also during COVID when we had nothing going on.
We still had jobs. Like it's not like we had nothing going on. Like I was taking a little bit of the severance package, but like no,
I worked straight through
actually
COVID.
wasn't,
I
but-
didn't know what that was.
I remember
Yeah.
And I
Demons.
also
That
picked
was a
up
fun movie. It's very disgusting.
it looks
Also
fun.
picked up In a Violent Nature on Blu-ray.
Oh,
Collector's edition.
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
But-
The first 20 minutes of that.
I gotta say this right now. Jeff Bezos, can you like put just me on the screen for this?
Yeah,
Just
of
me,
course.
please. Jeff Bezos.
Oh.
Why? Why do packages come in open, broken, loose discs? Like I'm done ordering from Amazon as far as my Blu-rays go.
Wow. So
Because I bought one Criterion once that came shattered, so I had to send that back. And then this one, the bubble wrapper envelope was open, the disc was loose, and the bottom of the case was cracked and falling apart. Like really? Really? So I had to switch it out with my Sherlock Holmes case.
oh, that was a
And
gift
now
from
Sherlock
Ducky.
Holmes has to deal with a Gorilla Glued put
Okay,
together
it's
fucking Blu-ray
smart.
case. Like, can we just have a segment where we just rant about shit? Because that pisses me off.
Wow.
Let us know in the comments if you get shit from Amazon that you're so excited to open. You get home, there's a package there, and it's already opened.
I've
That
received
just-
stuff that's missing pieces before, like essential pieces to finish whatever it is. I think it was like a cat carrier, and it was missing one of the screws. So like if I had put my cat in it and brought the cat outside, it would have been able to get out of the carrier. So then I could have like sued Amazon for damages. Is like my cat runs into the street. So I don't know. Maybe there's a business to be had here.
Not
I've had
insurance
packages
fraud.
like not
Get
even
shit
show
together.
up before.
Well, you do live
Doesn't
up in
say
the boonies.
delivered, but it's just not there.
Pretty much no. It was like it said that it was like in my town, and then it said that it was out for delivery, and then just never showed up. And then they're
It's
like,
still
"Hey,
in,
sorry,
it's
like,
still on a
we lost your package. Like, if it shows up, just like let us know." I'm like, "Wait, what? Like, what the fuck?" It was a pair of
You're not
gloves,
gonna reimburse me?
but still, I was just like,
Ugh.
"What? This is bizarre." But
I
I've
don't
had
get
pretty
it.
good luck
That's
with
my
the-
rant. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. People just
They
don't
try their
care, and
best.
it's
You
like,
know, they're
come on.
making $15 an hour to drag our packages around and throw them at our doorstep, and maybe they get stolen, maybe they don't. So
I would have rather it be stolen than get it broken.
maybe someone tried to steal it, realized it was a Criterion that nobody wants to watch, and then they drop kicked it into your door.
out of frustration.
They're like, "What the fuck is this
Well,
movie?"
no, I
from
mean,
the
it was a-
1980s?"
It was a
Violent
great
Nature.
Criterion movie. Just saying. So, John, that's blasphemy.
I don't
Because
know what that
every
means, but you
Criterion, no
can't
matter
hurt me.
how bad, deserves all the respect. But that's it. I'll shut up now.
I didn't realize that my Anora Blue or 4K Criterion that I pre-ordered doesn't come out until the end of next month.
Yeah,
So I
April.
have to wait till then to get the return on my investment there, but you all know what that means. Watch the movie and hopefully I give it more stars this time around.
Yeah,
That's what I mean
yeah,
by
yeah,
that.
yeah. That's
Of
that's
course.
what it was.
We'll
Yep.
see. All right. Well, let's transition to our first topic here because that is very relevant. Here we go, Peter.
And what is that?
This is movie news.
News. Do you like that? It was like M and then N, so like movie news.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention. So the
right.
first movie news story that I want to talk to you guys about, let's finally just put a cap on it because we've been talking about it leading up to the Oscars, and now that the Oscars are behind us, we know what won. Let's just finally go over it. Did you guys watch the ceremony? First of all,
I didn't. I forgot that it was even on. I think I was at Open Gym that night.
So Nate was at the gym during the Oscars and the Super Bowl, which is good for fitness. But honestly, you didn't miss a lot. I mean, you could just the most important
Well, I
stuff
don't
is
watch
who gets
football
the
anyway.
award. I don't care about the ceremony per se. It's usually pretty cringe, but I thought Conan, he showed up, he did his thing.
I thought he had a fun.
I liked Adam Sandler.
He had a good time. It was fun. So he did the best he could. I think he's gonna be back, but yeah,
It was good unless you had Hulu.
well,
And
yeah, that's because you remember what happened because you were watching it on Hulu. I was watching on YouTube TV through the ABC broadcast, but
yeah,
after I think it was Best Director, like this after Sean Baker was like basically like fuck the streamers, like go and see movies in the theaters. They just dropped the stream. Remember?
yeah.
You were watching it and
10:30
then
on
just
the dot, the
gone.
stream was ended, and like if you reloaded Hulu, it just didn't exist anymore. It was just gone.
And there was still Best
People are so
Actress to go and
petty.
Best Picture to go. But that was
So
honestly
petty.
it was a user mistake on Disney Hulu part because they just only booked the like the recording signal to go to 10:30, and then they were just going to cut it. They didn't account for the fact that it was going to go longer because I mean obviously the Oscars go longer than what they're going to do. So they fucked up essentially. So they were pissed, but it just happened to be right after Sean Baker was like fuck the streamers, but it was just really funny.
Yeah,
But
that was
speaking of Sean
frustrating.
Baker, he was the biggest winner of the night. He is now the first person to ever win 4 Oscars for one movie, all in different
Bong Joon-ho
categories.
didn't?
Bong Joon-ho won in the international goes to the country, so he doesn't technically get that Oscar. Sean Baker, he edited the film, won the Oscar. He directed it, won the Oscar. He wrote the screenplay, won the Oscar. He produced it, Best Picture, won the Oscar. So that's 4 separate Oscars in 4 big fucking categories. He's an Oscar winner in all of them now. Like that's insane. Like that's absolutely insane. It's never happened before. I mean, he beat out Walt Disney, Alfonso Cuarón. He has more Oscars than Steven Spielberg and Denis Villeneuve, Martin Scorsese. Like what the fuck? Like,
All in one shot.
Yeah, he
all
just
in one
in one
shot.
go with this little independent movie, $6 million about a sex worker, and she won Best Actress, Mikey Madsen. So pretty crazy. I mean, a lot of Oscar pundits didn't really predict this. A lot of people were thinking it was going to go Demi Moore or like going to The Brutalist with Brady Corbet and the Best Picture for that movie as well. It's kind of more like a traditional route, but they really embraced the Nora, which I mean, good on that. Like I was pretty psyched. But how do you guys feel about the winners?
I talked to a lot of people who watched the Oscars like the day after, and a lot of them had no idea what Anora was. So if that gives you any idea, like what the mainstream audience is, people who don't go to movies, even 3-4 times a month, didn't know what Anora was. That being said, I mean, it's really cool to see something like this happen because it's so rare to see. I mean, there's the time when one movie gets like the big 4 or the big 5, right? But this is like seeing the director who's also so invested in his movie that he edits it and writes it and also wins those Oscars. Like that's really cool. And like the movie as a whole, they almost queen sweeping, winning every single category it was nominated for. That's pretty cool as well. So
yeah, won 5 out of 6 Oscars. Poor your Borzif for the best supporting actor. But I mean, it was obviously Macaulay Culkin. He was winning every single award leading up to the Oscars. Everyone saw it coming. So
cool to be recognized, though. I mean, again, I have to wait till April 29th to finally rewatch this and decide if I actually like the movie. Because at the time, I liked it, but I didn't like that guy or the storyline to go along with him, which is not really the popular opinion. So, but across the board, though, these Oscars, I mean, I think a lot of people that I expected to win won, like Zoe Saldana, and Kieran Culkin as well was the obvious one, but I did not expect Mikey Madsen to come away with that.
Right. And how do you feel about Adrian Brody winning Best Actor, pulling it off?
Perfect. Because watching The Brutalist, he just he sinks into every role that he's in, and you forget because he throws on the accent and he just goes all out, and you forget that it's Adrian Brody. So I would say it's very well deserved. And that movie was just genius. Throwing in an intermission in there to give people a break, actually caring about the audience that's watching it. And just a performance like that, well deserved. So that's his second Oscar. He's making a
second
push.
Oscar. Yeah. And it's
Making a
kind
push.
of a crazy career story too with Adrian Brody, because he won the Oscar when he was 28 years old. He became the youngest actor at the time to win Best Actor. And then he just kind of went on to star in a bunch of direct to VOD movies that like no one saw. He was in like Splice. Like, do you remember that sci-fi movie in 2007?
Yeah.
And then like he was in Predators, the remake, and then like I don't know, he just kind of like disappeared, and then he wasn't in a lot of stuff, just a lot of like independent small films, and then just blew up again with The Brutalist and won Best Actor. He's now a small part of the small club of the two-time Best Actor winners. I mean, Tom Hanks, like blanking on a bunch of other people, Robert De
Denzel
Niro, I'm sure,
Washington.
Denzel
De
Washington.
Niro.
So, I mean, that's a small club that he is joining. And so I'm very curious to see what kind of roles he's going to pick now. And hopefully he doesn't have that kind of career slump, I want to say. But yeah.
Or he just
No,
takes
good for
another
him.
20 years off.
Incredible performance with The Brutalist. Like, that was definitely one of like the best performances of the year, for sure. So very deserving. Sorry, Coleman Domingo. Your day will come one day. But not today.
I think it's a matter of
He
time for
will.
him. And same with Chalamet. I think he was probably a few votes away from probably winning this one. I don't know how much of a runaway it was for Brody or if it was at all, but it really seemed like Timothée Chalamet was leaning toward maybe taking it after getting the SAG, right? Didn't he get the Screen Actors Guild?
Yep, for sure.
I think
So,
the biopic kind of took it away. People, I feel, are finally being like, okay, these biopics are just following the same beats. Where The Brutalist was very original.
Did you end up seeing A Complete Unknown?
No, I did not.
Okay. It
isn't
really a traditional biopic the way you might think it is, but I do think they're gonna make Timothée Chalamet wait the way they made like Leonardo DiCaprio wait. Leo was incredible in so many movies, but they just never gave him the Oscar, and finally they did it with Revenant. So I think Timothée Chalamet, he's so young, he's gonna do it one day. It's gonna happen within the next 5 years, probably.
Timothée Chalamet has to sleep inside a horse in order to win an Oscar.
Exactly.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Mauled by a bear.
Have you seen Inside Llewyn Davis, Nate? Because this is like a more mainstream version of Inside Llewyn Davis. He's like started from the bottom, inspired folk singer. Like and this is obviously like a real true story about Bob Dylan. I mean, I think you would love this movie. I think you'd love it.
Rolling Stone.
Yeah, and he's so good, and he's really just so good in the movie. The other actress, the best supporting, what's her name? Monica Barbero. She's amazing too, as Joan Baez. Amazing. Yeah. Any other categories here that surprised you? I guess. I mean, everything else seemed to be.
For me, the only other two that I want to shout out that I was just really excited about for the win was Flow won Best Animated Film, and everyone thought The Wild Robot was going to win. That's kind of the more traditional pick. Flow, just very small team, made this movie on like a free software that anyone can download and use. It's just a really cool story. It also got Best International nomination, and that movie and that category went to a movie called I'm Still Here, and everyone thought Amelia Perez was going to take that, so that was cool that Amelia Perez kind of got shut out. And then Conclave winning Best Adapted Screenplay. Happy that movie won some sort of Oscar, because that movie was so good and very deserving, I thought.
A lot of people I talked to who didn't know what Anora was were like, why didn't Conclave get more? Like, that was their reaction to the Oscars. And I did think it had an outside chance at Best Picture. Like, that would have been an Argo, been like, oh, okay, all right, sure, give it to that one.
Conclave's way better than Argo.
I agree. I just think it's like the chances of it winning feel similar to that. It's like, oh, that movie won, but it's actually a good movie. Not that Argo isn't. I just wouldn't watch it again.
Well, that was the Oscars. We were kind of tracking it for a couple of episodes leading up to the ceremony, and now that it is behind us, Anora is the Best Picture winner of 2025 of movies in 2024. So excited to finally get that Criterion. Pre-order it right now. Next month, John's gonna get it. He already has it, I think.
It's already paid for. It's on the way.
Yeah,
It's
I'll
probably
be
still in
getting
the
it
warehouse.
for the first
a
sale
lockbox.
for sure.
I haven't bought a movie in a while too, and once you guys said, "Oh, you should take a look at the cover," I was like,
There you go.
"Okay, no problem." I had a gift card, by the way. You know, it was like a side effect situation, but it didn't cover the whole price of it.
All right, and the next story I want to talk about, I feel like this is a very fitting news story for us because we're big physical media guys, and this is a story that I didn't even know existed until the headline popped up, and I was like, "What is this?" Warner Brothers is aware of DVD disc rot issue. So apparently, DVDs are having what's called disc rot. It's rare with Blu-rays. I mean,
Oh, but it
obviously, they have a
happens.
different
Trust
coating.
me.
I think it does, yeah. But it's some sort of it's the way they were manufactured. Like it just like with the humidity, like it breaks
Oh.
down, and then all of a sudden just it won't play the movie anymore. And I think people who've ever experienced DVDs, for one, they're really easily scratched, but two, they don't work very well. They skip.
They're not even full HD.
They will shut off, or you get no picture. It's like, what the hell is this? So apparently, yeah, Warner Brothers Home Entertainment is aware of a potential issue affecting select DVD titles manufactured between 2006 and 2008. The company is actively working with consumers to replace defective discs. So go through your collection right now and figure out
Play
which
every
movies
movie
apply
from start
for
to
this.
finish.
I mean, it's really only DVDs. Blu-rays, they don't really, I guess, have this issue. But I guess it's been brought up for
You're
years,
actually
and
addressing it.
Warner Brothers finally admitted to it. So that's very interesting. I didn't know about that, but
I love.
I've been having issues.
I
with
don't want to go
DVDs.
check my horror DVDs.
Oh,
Just
no,
check
I
all of
shouldn't
them.
That's such a
You
long
shouldn't,
2006 to 08 though. Like, give it 10 more years, and every single one of our Blu-rays, they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, we messed up, guys." You know, because like I have so many, even from like my Interstellar Blu-ray is fucked up, and that came out in 2014. When are they gonna do something about that one? You know,
right?
I don't
In
care about
2040.
I don't care about my DVDs. Like, fix my Blu-rays that don't work. The ones that I, got used in 2013 and watched one time.
My Taxi Driver edition that I have here, the Blu-ray doesn't work at all. I think is it even in here? No, it's not even in here because I got rid of it.
Threw it away. Yeah,
it doesn't work. I kept this because like obviously it's a cool edition and like it's badass. But yeah, I don't have the disc anymore because it just doesn't work. When we did the episode, which you can go to the archives and listen to, I couldn't watch the movie. I had to just pull it up on streaming, and that pissed me off so much because I'm like, I have it on physical media, but can't watch it. So that reminds me, I gotta rebuy this.
Taxi Driver.
It's worth an upgrade anyway. Honestly,
it is. Yeah, I'd say so.
So interesting. So yeah, be aware of your physical media now that.
Thank you, Warner Brothers.
This disc rot.
Who complained about their 197 DVD that they got used and was like, "Hey, wait a minute," and then they made a lawsuit about it because somebody had to be a whistleblower there.
There's been some like physical media guys on Reddit that has been talking about this issue for years. They said, yeah, discussed on Reddit. So
wow.
So yeah, it's true. So it's too bad. So if you guys own DVDs, they're probably gonna blow up. So.
How about instead of putting all this money into these crappy Warner Brothers releases, just take a little time with your physical media, Warner Brothers.
What do you mean by
do some cool like cover art, whatever. All right, moving on to the last bit of news story here. I don't know if you guys know that this happened.
I do.
Most likely not.
But Amazon now has the rights to James Bond, like officially 100%. The Broccoli family, like really, the last name is Broccoli, Barbara Broccoli. She's been a producer of Bond movies from the beginning. It's like the whole family. She was the whole like person behind like Daniel Craig and that whole series. So she was going to be a part of this whole new series that Amazon was going to be doing, but they finally just like, I don't know, got bought off and just were like, hey, like let Amazon take over here. So I'm a little worried about this because like I don't want a 10 episode miniseries on Amazon Prime on like Moneypenny. And like I don't want this movie to be so oversaturated the way like Star Wars and Marvel and all these other franchises that we all have like kind of liked in the past, and now they're just like, really, like another show's coming out, fuck. And that's what could happen here. Who knows, that we're really just speculating, but
yeah.
Yeah,
it's probably going to get that treatment. I think you got to be prepared for that. Like, we're going to get a handful of movies, probably a 3-movie situation like they always do. And then they're going to do what Disney did with Star Wars. I guarantee you there's going to be multiple series about multiple characters. It's be prepared for everything that you just said you didn't want, because it's most likely going to happen. Otherwise, they wouldn't have bought it for X amount of money, I'm just interested to see who they're actually going to choose for the next Bond.
So I guess with the exit of Barbara Broccoli, there is a stipulation: the spy will not change gender or nationality, meaning that Bond will remain male and he will remain British. So they're not gonna change that at all. We're not gonna get like Tom Holland origin stories of James Bond or. Well, actually, no. Tom Holland is British, so that would count. But then, like Jacob Elordi, or I don't know, fuck, he's Australian. Whatever, you know what I'm trying to say.
Pick somebody who has an actual American accent.
There's no good American.
All of them are so good at doing an American accent.
Horrid.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No, he's fucking British too.
Hugh Jackman.
No, he's Australian.
Jim Carrey.
He's Australian.
Who is a fucking American?
Who's actually
actor?
from the United States?
Oh my god!
I almost said
What the
Nicholas
hell?
Holt, but he's
Timothy
also
Chalamet.
British.
Timothy Chalamet. I think he's American.
French Canadian. Is he Canadian?
I think he's from Los
French.
Angeles. Come on. I mean,
oh man,
why can't we think of one American actor? That's insane.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah, he's from Staten
Bill
Island.
Burr.
That's who we
fine.
got. We got Pete Davidson. That's James Bond.
Matt
Okay,
Damon.
No, Matt Damon. Oh, perfect.
No, he's from Wales.
Good old Boston boy.
Yeah, Boston's a whole
Ben
other
Affleck.
country.
Ben Affleck. Come on.
Anyways,
just do it.
so we've already done an episode where we speculated who we wanted to be the next Bond, and we all agreed that it's going to be Aaron Pierre. There was no other answer. That
is not true.
That was the pick, and that's going to happen.
That was your pick.
It's going to fucking happen.
I'm really okay with Aaron Taylor Johnson. Sorry.
So
I'm fine with that.
My question for you guys now, because it's inevitable, Amazon, they're doing Bond. So for the next Bond movie with Aaron Pierre, who do you want to be the director?
Margaret Qualley. Oh, the director.
Because all the fans are clamoring for Chris Nolan to come in and do it. Chris Nolan clashed with Barbara Broccoli because he wanted full creative control on casting. He wanted to reboot the thing. He didn't want Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
They're like, nope, sorry, not the time. So he's like, okay, well, I'll maybe come back later, because his dream is to do Bond. I mean, you can watch Inception and Tenet. That's literally his love letter to Bond. So now they're circling Alfonso Cuarón. We know that director is Gravity, did Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Roma, is award-winning director. And they're also circling Edward Berger, who just did Conclave. He did All Quiet on the Western Front. So they're looking at him as well. So my question to you guys, though.
No.
What director do you want to see tackle James Bond?
Hasn't Tarantino talked about it? I thought he had talked about wanting to do Bond at one point, and
for his final film.
No, I mean,
we don't want
that's
Bond
all.
on
That's
a
all
horse.
bullshit.
Like...
Come on, give me a break about that. If he's
Just
gonna
saying
make
the
one
N-word
movie
constantly.
Well, no, I think he would, probably adhere to some of the guidelines of James Bond. He wouldn't just, have all out.
It is Tarantino.
Bloody warfare.
I don't think he could help himself.
Maybe not. I don't know. It's Nolan or Tarantino for me. I don't. Hasn't Danny Boyle already done it?
Danny Boyle was attached to do the last one with Craig, No Time to Die. He was gonna do that, but they went with a whole different story idea when they got a new director. So he was attached for a while.
Personally,
yeah.
I thought he had done some, but I think that's
Sure.
a good director as well for Bond.
Okay.
That's my pick. I'll go Danny Boyle.
All right.
God, I don't know. Part of me was thinking if Brady Corbet kind of stepped into the Bond role,
Okay.
Sean Baker.
or like Catherine Bigelow or something. She did the Hurt
Catherine
Locker
Bigelow
and stuff like that.
wouldn't be a bad choice. I kind of like
That's
that.
Spencer's
Um,
win condition on the Cine2Nerdle. That fuck.
That's mine.
It's his too. I'm like, I thought it was.
No,
I
it's
thought it
not.
was Catherine Hahn. I was like, why isn't he playing the 40-year-old virgin?
No, I did
don't think she's
Catherine
in the
Bigelow.
40-year-old
He
version.
did Christopher Nolan.
Oh, well, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to be none of the people that we've said, but Alfonso Cuarón would be cool. I'm trying to think of like action type directors that have made some decent stuff recently. Who directed Borderlands?
Go for Eli
Eli
Roth.
Roth.
Yeah, go Eli Roth to do a James Bond
Kind of,
movie.
sort of.
Okay. Yeah. No.
I mean,
mean,
you
if they're
got
Bryce
me.
Dallas Howard. Honestly, hear me out. Hear me
No.
out. What she's been able to do with The Mandalorian, come on. She can direct
No.
somebody in front of a big LED screen. Just saying.
Yeah, but we don't want that for Bond.
Is it
Female
Mike Lee,
directors. We got to
Mike
give it's
Lee,
National Women's Day
director of,
yesterday.
like The Sweet Here? No, The Life is Sweet.
Mike Lee.
Terrence
Mike
Malick.
Lee.
Mike Lee and Terrence Malick. He comes out of retirement
Yeah.
to direct Bond.
We don't see Bond until the closing credits. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
Right.
But Bond's
No,
in,
I
like,
mean,
an old house in the 1800s.
It's just one shot of his pants the whole movie.
Jesus.
No
No,
music.
I think Christopher Nolan is the obvious pick. Like that would be the dream pick. But I would be happy if they went like honestly, if they went like Guy Ritchie or Matthew Vaughn or Martin McDonagh, like that'd be kind of fun.
Shane Black.
But Shane Black would be kind of a fun choice. But like, who knows? I'd be even happy to see Edward Berger get the job from Conclave and All Quiet on the Western Front. I mean, he knows how to direct the one hell of a fucking thriller. So, and that's what Bond could be, is just a really good thriller, a political thriller, espionage. So, I think that could be a cool. I think that
Bong
would be a
Joon-ho.
little wacky, but
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
He could do
What
it
about
though.
Mel Gibson?
Mel
If it's anything
Gibson,
like
yeah.
Flight Risk and it has Topher Grace as the villain,
Topher
I'm in.
Grace is Bond. Yeah, let's go. That's an instant watch for me. No.
Sign me
Or
up.
Mark Wahlberg with a bald cap?
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm randomly just gonna go with I'm gonna stick with Edward Berger. I like who they're going with, but Alfonso Cuarón would be an interesting pick if he ends up accepting the job. But
Danny Boyle.
so Danny Boyle for John. Okay, I'm gonna go with Edward Berger. Nate, who you got?
Paul Feig.
Paul Feig. All right, let's go.
Or like
An all-female
don't
James
know.
Bond.
I'm not good when it comes to directors. I can throw out names, but not necessarily people.
I know you want to see like Steven Soderbergh or something.
No, God, no.
I don't know.
I changed my mind.
I'm trying to think of. I
Ava
don't know.
DuVernay.
Ava DuVernay.
I'll
okay.
go with
Yeah.
Alejandro G. Inarritu.
Okay.
Where's he
Ooh,
been?
not a bad pick. He's actually
where's
doing
he
a Tom,
been?
he's doing a Tom Cruise movie right now, and that's his
Oh,
shot at the Oscars.
That could be any
But-
movie, any ever.
Anyways, that was the movie news I had for you guys, but we have something we need to discuss here. We have Nate's choice.
Black and white, 1 and 2. It's Nate's choice. What you gonna do? Fight or flight, hot or cool. It's Nate's choice. Tell me what you gonna choose.
Booyah. All right.
Gritty from the Flyers or Drummer McNugget?
Drummer McNugget.
All right. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Nate's choice.
Bingo.
Let's
All
move
right,
on to the
well,
next
that was a good segment. So today I've been doing movies, I've been doing actors and actresses and different choices like that. This time I wanted to pick a couple performances, similar performances, and think which ones stuck to you the most. And which one I would say is maybe more impressive / brutal, because these two people took a toll on their bodies to perfect roles. So I'm going with Christian Bale in The Machinist
Oh, my.
or Matthew McConaughey from Dallas Buyers Club. Both they lost like 100 pounds each, went anorexic for their roles. Of course, McConaughey won an Oscar. But two iconic roles that are just brutal on the human body and shows the commitment that actors are willing to, the lengths that they're willing to go to in order to perform to their peak. So that is my choice that I am presenting to you guys today.
It was Burt Kreischer in The Machine versus Matthew McConaughey in Dallas
It's on the
Buyers Club.
screen, you fucking silly goose.
Oh, the
Christian
Machine.
Bale in The Machinist, or
I'm
Matthew
sorry.
McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club.
You say
Everyone,
pounding
that
liver
is our
with
beloved
alcoholism.
host, Jonathan, who
Not even
doesn't
paying
listen.
attention.
No, he's
It's
just
on a different
illiterate.
monitor,
Okay, give me a
Googling some
second.
silly
I
stuff.
also haven't seen
Okay.
The Machinist, so that might hurt my.
Ooh.
I also don't like Jennifer
You've
Jason
definitely
Leigh.
seen the pictures of Christian
Oh yeah,
Bale.
yeah. I've seen him. He's like,
Yeah.
and he's like
Wait,
paper
what's
thin.
he like? I missed that. Can you do that again? Oh, okay, cool.
That's like the poster. He just looks, yeah. He looks like a bat.
Well, I apologize, John, that I gave you a movie that you haven't seen. But if you have seen the photos, you can understand what he had to go through. And then I believe, 6 months later, he bulked up for Batman.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
Yeah, so 2004. Yeah, Batman was 2005. So that makes sense.
Yeah,
So
I
wait.
mean, I've seen both movies only one time. I really like The
Same.
Machinist. That was a super cool kind of like Hitchcockian movie that really good performance from Christian Bale. And then Dallas Buyers Club, from what I remember, just really good performances from the whole cast. And the movie just being super depressing. Obviously, it's a true story. I think I saw that with John when it came out in 2013, and we probably reviewed
Most
it at the
likely.
time.
I think
But
we definitely did a video on
I
it.
haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie since, and I've had no desire to ever watch it again. But obviously, Matthew McConaughey completely transformed his career with that performance. And yeah, I mean, The Machinist, that is insane with how much weight he lost for that role. And that picture of him standing in the kitchen, like next to the fridge with like his rib cage like bulging out of his skin. It's just terrifying. And they both apparently ate like a can of tuna, an
Like an
apple,
apple.
and cigarettes. That's all they had
Yeah.
for the entire day and for months to lose the weight. And it's so unhealthy. That's not advised. Don't do that as a weight loss method, but I've been tempted many times. But I don't know. I mean, I guess I would go with Christian Bale in The Machinist because I like that. I'd be more intrigued to watch that movie again. I've been very interested to pick that one up on physical media many times, but haven't found it for the good price. But that movie was really cool. Dallas Buyers Club just didn't really do much for me, despite Matthew McConaughey's performance being so great. But Christian Bale is just one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, he is just a chameleon in any role that he does. And The Machinist, I mean, being in early 2000s or mid 2000s and before Batman, like he had there was no reason for him to lose that weight and deliver that performance, and he did it anyways and got Batman like right afterwards, just like coincidentally. So just such a committed performer, and it kind of launched his career to picking really interesting roles like that. So I'm gonna go with Christian Bale in The Machinist.
Damn. That's really tough, Nate. Because looking at Matthew McConaughey, like I haven't seen The Machinist, and it's always been an intriguing movie for me to watch, but I've always been turned off because of how sickly he looks. But that's like a testament to his commitment to the role, which is amazing. When it comes to Dallas Buyers Club, though, like you look at Matthew McConaughey, this movie single-handedly re-sparked his entire career arc, and I don't know if without this movie, without this performance, we get him playing characters like Cooper and Interstellar, or minor roles in Wolf of Wall Street, and there's a lot of other. I'm trying to think of other movies that he's done since Dallas Buyers Club. What else do we have?
Beach Bum.
Gold.
Has he been in like mostly shit other than Interstellar in the last 15 years? Actually, hold on.
Once he got the Oscar, he's kind of like, oh shit, that happened really fast.
Wait a minute. Mud.
The
Well,
Gentleman.
That was before. Okay. Gosh, that's really tough. He's been in Sing. All of the Sing movies. He was on Jimmy Kimmel a few times.
That's okay. Yeah, so
He was in.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Sing.
I'm sure Christian Bale was too.
Jesus. Okay. Damn, that's tough because he hasn't been in anything since Interstellar that's really of note. Fuck. But I've come out. I think that's like my favorite movie of all time now. So I don't know what to do.
he was in Serenity.
Okay.
With Anne Hathaway. That
Yeah, I know.
it was
Kubo on the two strings. So maybe
no.
he
Kubo.
He was
He
in
was
Kubo.
Kubo. He wasn't Kubo. He was the Beetle. But
he was the Beetle,
yeah.
but I don't know. I haven't seen that movie. Is that like a notable character? Like, would the movie be the
Oh,
same
yeah.
without Matthew McConaughey as the Beetle?
Oh, it would not be the same because he plays it perfectly. He plays a Beetle.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, I don't. This is really tough because I haven't seen The Machinist. Christian Bale, he's, like, arguably probably more of an iconic actor overall. Been in more stuff. Like, I think he transforms more than Matthew McConaughey. What am I giving up here? I don't really know. Like, am I giving up their whole future as a result
No,
of
you're
like
giving
this
up the
amazing performance?
So if you pick McConaughey,
It's tough, man. I just think purely because McConaughey, like without this movie, I don't think he's in other movies in the future. Like Interstellar is whatever. That's like it's like the movie. So I'm gonna go under the assumption that movie doesn't exist, or it's just not as good because Matthew McConaughey is not in it because he doesn't do Dallas Buyers Club. Blah 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 blah. This and that. I'm gonna keep him.
Okay.
Christian Bale gets thrown off the train.
So John
I'm gonna
goes
keep
Matthew McConaughey. I went with Christian Bale, but the segment is called Nate's Choice. So Nate,
Right, we're merely pawns in this game.
What do you say?
The thing is I love Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
But in the movie, you don't really see, like, you see how emancipated he is, or emanciated.
Emancipation
and-
Proclamation.
Exactly.
All right.
But and part of their performances is based on the story. Like Matthew McConaughey's character had AIDS, and I think Christian Bale's character, he like
Had
was an
AIDS.
insomniac. He didn't sleep for like 2 months or something like that. So a lot of the character traits kind of go into it. But I think I'm going to keep Christian Bale just because you don't see it as much in Dallas Buyers Club. Like, you can tell that he's lost all this weight. But in The Machinist, he's shirtless for a lot of the movie. So you can really see the wear and tear it took on his body. And just iconic performances. When I think of people losing weight, that's the image I think of, is Christian Bale and The Machinist. So I would stick with that. If they didn't have Matthew McConaughey, they might have still had Jared Leto, which still won them an Oscar. So yeah. What?
What?
I disagree. I'm gonna go with Christian Bale instead.
Okay, well, it's my choice, so I'm gonna switch and go to Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Gerard Butler. I'm keeping Gerard Butler and Gamer. That's my choice. Move on. Next segment.
Oh dear God.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm going Gerard Butler in The Ugly Truth. So I'll
What?
take that. Yep.
Catherine
I'm
Heigl in 27 Dresses. That's my choice.
Gerard Butler.
James Marsden in
in
27 Dresses.
Cine2Nerdle's coming, so you take it easy, Buster.
I'm trying to practice because that's the only way I'm gonna win is like with Confessions of a Shopaholic with Isla Fisher. I win.
No.
Well, that's my choice. Moving on.
That was good. That was good.
All right. Well, good
little
Nate's
different.
choice. Good Nate's choice.
Very
All
good.
right.
No, suck.
Now
Suck.
we have some new releases to get into. I think we have 2 featured ones, and then maybe some quickies. We'll see. We'll find out.
Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases. Yes, the new releases.
I'm gonna off
You know,
myself tomorrow.
It's nice that
Me
at least
too.
my Funko Pop gets to hang out with Jenny Slate every day. Because isn't that everyone's dream?
Nope.
Anyways, let's talk about some new releases.
All right.
Does even Jenny
Very
Slate
cool.
want to hang out with Jenny Slate? Probably not.
Who knows?
But
I'd hang out with Marcel though.
oh my god, I would give my
Oh,
left
and-
testicle to hang out with Marcel for 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ, you didn't have to go there, but you did. All
I
right.
would. Maybe not the left one, but hangs a little
So-
for it. Anyways,
Did you guys get out to the movie theaters in the last couple of weeks?
more than I'd like to.
Yeah.
admit.
More than you would
Yeah.
have liked to, John? Wait, excuse me. We're those movie dudes.
We're those movie dudes, but it comes to a point where you can only ingest so much popcorn before you feel like you want
You
to.
don't have to buy popcorn.
You do.
That's your decision.
No,
Yeah.
you have to buy popcorn because it's $13,
Never.
and then I get a free upgrade to a large. Okay.
Never have. I've never bought popcorn at the movies ever.
Then can you
Ever.
really call yourself a cinephile if you haven't had popcorn at a movie? You've never had popcorn at a movie? Hold on. Back up.
John,
Reel it
I
in.
went and saw a Terrence Malick movie in theaters that's over 40 years old, and you call me not a cinephile?
Maybe I
You
should
don't
use a
wanna-
different phrase.
Probably
You are a
don't.
cinephile, but are you a movie buff? I feel like a movie buff eats popcorn at movies.
I
A
don't
mainstream
think so. I
boy?
think that's very flawed logic. I have had milk duds.
So you'd rather destroy your teeth than enjoy a film?
I think popcorn with a movie is very just cliche.
Thank you. Thank
But you go into movies with nothing. Like you fasted all day and then go to a 3-hour movie and you're like, I'm having a great time.
I just want to see the movie, dude. Like I'm just
No.
there. I'm off the high of seeing a fantastic movie. Hopefully,
No. I want to recline like this, right?
I don't need to
I want to recline.
shove
This is the
buckets
first time
of
I've ever
popcorn
reclined this chair.
up.
And I want to eat a bucket of I just want to have it sitting there in the chair that's next to me if there isn't some annoying asshole and their girlfriend sitting there. And I just do this.
And then someone
Okay,
switches it
great,
out. And
yeah.
it's just some
That's how
dude
you like
sitting
fucking
there.
Is that a milk dud? And during my dead
Oh.
friend Zoe with Ed Harris as a grumpy grandpa, I had my $14 bucket of popcorn.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, I'm already breaking my wallet just to get the movie ticket. So
I will ask though, Nate, if somebody got popcorn for you for the movie, would you have any, or are you still
Refuse.
like a very adamant foot down? Like no.
It depends what the movie is.
Okay.
Like if it's like a stupid Marvel movie or something, yeah, I can afford to just go. Yeah, just oh, thanks.
Knock it out of the price. How
When
dare
my
you
dad,
fucking-
oh my god, my dad, Choki, and I went to go see Brave New World. I forgot to mention this because my dad, he, you talk about dad noises. First of all, he's the king of dad noises. Like he'll eat popcorn like he's dying if he doesn't eat the popcorn, and then he'll choke on the popcorn, and then he has to wash it down as he's choking with an icy.
Is he like a
Um,
hand scooper? Like he scoops and then just like shoves it all back? Like
Oh
as-
yeah,
as-
just
it's like it just goes
like
all
a
down like
softball
his
of popcorn in every
Just
bite. It's
chest and
crazy.
okay. Yeah, okay.
Mid-serious scene, you just hear.
Oh yeah. He's also a big leg bouncer. So like if you're in a horror movie, Spencer, we saw something with him and Choki will be like, stop it. Or he'll be asleep. It's one or the other. But
All right, so
what
new
I'm getting at is he
releases.
knocked over an entire bucket of popcorn at the dine-in theater during the trailers. So the lady comes by with our food after and there's popcorn everywhere and we didn't even address it.
It was here before.
Wait,
She
he
was
knocked over
stepping
his
in it.
bucket- He knocked over his bucket of popcorn.
Oh yeah, and then he went and refilled it shamefully. He did the walk of shame.
Poor theater
You
guy.
ate
Just like
all
at
of
the
that?
corner, just like
Yeah.
little single
Oh my
tear just
God.
coming down.
Oh, and
It's
AMC had like
after.
the shittiest $50 Captain America Shield popcorn bucket that Chokey, of course,
50
needed.
excuse me,
$50.
$50 for a
$50.
3D printed popcorn bucket.
Yes, and it was the worst one.
Okay.
I mean, I've got two behind me right there. Anyway, this is
You
the
got
worst one I've ever seen. I can't point because cameras are backwards. And they were all terrible. Like they kept bringing them out. They were all dented and fucked up. And I'm like, bring another one, bring another one, bring another one. No, all of them were bad. So I'm like, I need a refund. We're done. Jokey, you're not getting it. And I refunded my own card, and he was sad.
God damn. Yeah. See, I went and saw Mickey 17 and I brought in just a polar seltzer, black cherry, just in my coat. And I cracked it in the trailers and I finished it in the third act. And I was totally happy. But
That very same polar that you just pulled out right now. You've still been
I'm
sipping
still
on it
working
ever
on
since.
it.
There's still a
Yep.
little bit in it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, it's still going.
But let's wait and talk about Mickey 17 next. First movie that have you guys discussed here is a movie called Last Breath. Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu,
Simu
Finn
Liu?
Cole's in the movie. Has a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes with a 91% audience score, 6.9 on IMDb, and directed by Alex Parkinson. And he is the same director of the documentary, same title, Last Breath. I think it came out in 2019. Just a documentary about the real guy, about the same story. So he then made a feature film with Woody Harrelson and some other Hollywood actors. I didn't go and see this movie. Underwater stuff scares the fuck out. Just nope, no thank you. Just, yep, I'm out of here. So you guys.
He just cuts himself off. Yeah. So this movie, Last Breath, Alex Parkinson. We do have a named actor in this movie with Woody Harrelson, and that's kind of what got me in the door. Because I'm like, okay, I feel like this is one of those like movies that's in theaters for a week and nobody sees it. But the fact that Woody Harrelson was in it, I was like, okay, maybe this movie matters. It's worth watching. Nate, did you have like any thoughts or knew anything about the story before you watched the movie? No.
All I saw was the creepy trailer with just the dark ocean water and the blinking red light from the flare.
Yes.
That's all I saw. And I saw the trailer twice, I think, in the theater. So I was like, nothing else is really playing that I'm interested in right now. So I figured, why not? It was only an hour and a half, so there's
Those
no
are my
time
exact thoughts. I'm
whatsoever.
like, quickest thriller ever, underwater. Like this should be kind of like the movie Fall, like just like, crazy shenanigans, quick thriller, throw a half bucket of popcorn in your face and throw the rest away in the garbage on the way out. But it was a good thriller. It was pretty exciting. It gets down and dirty pretty darn quickly. Like things go wrong and they have to deal with said situation like throughout the whole movie. So they're really like, funny enough, no breathing for the guy underwater, and you can't really let a breath out either as an audience member. It's such a unique situation. Like you know that this is real because of how unique this is. Like they're in the Black Sea, I think, trying to fix some sort of pipe. I don't know that feeds to the mainland. I don't know exactly what it is, but they're like 400 feet down, and the ship above loses its ability to stay in one place. And they need this automated system to do that. And because of that, the ship is drifting and he gets his line severed and he's down there for God knows how long. And it was crazy. Like it was very tension filled and honestly, like claustrophobic and suffocating. It's dark a lot of the time. You don't really know what's going on with him. It was a pretty crazy movie, man.
I love that poster right there. That's
Yeah.
the most. Imagine just being snapped and you're just falling backwards. And of course it's at night, so you're not really going to see light coming down, but just the surface of the water just getting further and further away.
Yeah.
This is one of those movies that it terrifies me. That this is probably, I would say, my greatest fear is just deep, dark ocean sea water. Because I don't know what's down there. I can't see it. But this one, was a little better because it was right on the sea floor. So it was much more easy to take in because I could see him walking on the ground. There was that manifold that he had to climb on.
Yeah.
And I love how smart they were. Like, because the two guys that go down to repair it, they know that the cord is going to snap. And so he literally says, get to the top of the manifold or I will not be able to find you. I'm coming back for you. And so knowing that something is going to happen and then still being able to have to fight through it, get everyone on the same page, like everyone on the ship almost loses hope.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a body recovery mission. And Woody Harrelson's just like, not today. Not today. And I think he kept the movie together. He was the glue because he made all the characters better. He brought them in. He would joke around with them. He'd already worked with them before. And so he was just kind of the father figure to all these people. And the emotion that he shows when he knows it's this young kid down there and just what they're willing to do to get to him. And I think at the end it said he was down there for 40 minutes
or something with no oxygen, just basically inhaling his own CO2.
And which might have saved him because of the temperature and the water and him not taking in water. So there was nothing for him to have to like cough out.
I looked it up afterwards. And it's tough. Like I think we basically already kind of spoiled it a little bit, but it's a real life story that happened. So it happened. It's really fascinating to see, like, how he actually made it through this ordeal because of where they were, like 400 feet down. It's pitch black. The temperature is the way it is. And there was like basically a perfect storm of events that were the only reason that he could have possibly survived, because being without oxygen or breathing for 40 minutes is just like you wouldn't even make it half that time normally. I mean, that's crazy. I think it had to do with the pressure too, like the pressurized suit and all this stuff. But, there were just so many like crazy moments in this movie of them like trying to get him back. trying to get him back.
I want to know. Sorry, how was Simu Liu in the movie?
that doesn't happen in the movie.
That's literally him. He just takes it off and dives in.
He does 400 meters down with no life jacket or
he's
anything.
on the poster, and he's only really been in like Shang-Chi, The Legend of the Ten Rings, and
he was the lead in that movie, wasn't he? Oh no, that's the guy.
No, he was the lead in the Marvel movie. Yeah,
Ten Rings, Kubo and the Ten or whatever the fuck.
No. But I saw like the teaser trailer for this movie, and the only thing I saw from his character was just being like, no, like it's not worth like trying to save him. And then Woody Harrelson's like, you shut your mouth, we're saving everybody, or I don't know, whatever. Yeah.
Well, because I
don't think that's quite what he said, but I wish it was that epic.
They start a timer, and then he's like, it's impossible now. Now it's a body recovery mission, blah, 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 this and that. And they essentially thought that's what it was. Another cool perspective that they have in this movie is they have this like underwater submarine drone down there that's being controlled by the people on the ship up there. And they can watch him the whole time as they're trying to get the ship back in place where it can actually anchor and go save him without, dragging the manifold back and forth, or the bell that they were in, Woody Harrelson. But it was a really interesting, story. Knowing that it's true always gives it an extra bit of, uneasiness behind it. But yeah, it was a very solid thriller. It reminded me, it was basically like the gravity of the sea, getting unsevered.
Kinda.
You're alone, people trying to save you. A little bit less ethereal, more just kind of straightforward, but yeah, very solid thriller.
Yeah, and the thing that sucked me in, I think, was right when it's about to snap, they're like having this intense conversation, like trying to communicate before the inevitable. And then when it snaps, there's no sound. All audio is just cut. And then there was someone in my audience that goes, oh, there he goes. I'm like, come on, dude.
Shut
This
the
is supposed to
fuck
be
up,
epic
dude.
and quiet, and you're like, yep, there he goes.
That's when you rip like a
Um,
huge fart, like in the Oppenheimer scene when the nuke goes off. You know, it's like
But yeah, this one, it just when they throw that timer up, you literally have minutes to get to him, and the whole crew works together. Props to that guy. I want to know if that story was true, where he goes down to like the whole electronics and all that
rewires
stuff
all of it
and starts
manually.
rewiring to override the system so he can reboot it without it taking hours. But just I like that there wasn't a whole lot of big stars. Like Woody Harrelson was there to ground it, and everyone else gave pretty good performances. I like that the guy who plays Chris, who is in this debacle, he has a purpose. He has his wife back home, and they really make you feel for her with like the panic. I will say I do think they kind of, and it's really hard for me to explain because I'm not seeing the movie right here, but they do some things that kind of give away whether he's going to make it or not. Just some of the dialogue and some of the shots where just the order that it happens, you're like, oh, something's going to happen that's going to change. But it doesn't really take away from it. It was a breezy hour and a half. And I actually had a lot of fun, and it was pretty heartwarming. And I had a smile on my face when things inevitably happen. But yeah, it was a big surprise. I was expecting it to be like I'm throwing out like Deepwater Horizon or just one of those movies that's out there. It's there for action's sake and nothing. But no, this one was worth it, I would say.
Yeah. At the end of the day, really solid thriller. I think it's a testament to like some of the jobs that you would never think exist. Like there are cables and pipes that go along the ocean floor. Like I know there's some that go along the entire Atlantic. They go through the Black Sea, this is coincidentally the same sea that Daisy Ridley swam across in that movie that came out last year. So maybe it happened at the same time. Who knows? Actually, no, that's wrong. That's the English Channel. That's completely
very
incorrect.
wrong. I'm glad
That's
you
completely
corrected
incorrect.
it.
Never mind. I don't know geography at all.
Anyway, grade this bitch.
I think I went 3.5 out of 5. It was a very, very solid thriller. True story. Always gives it more. And I ended up going to Wikipedia right after and researching it. They definitely added a few things, tweaked a few story elements for dramatic effect, but as you would expect. But for the most part, they stayed true to the situation.
All right. Yeah, I went a little higher than you. I actually gave it a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it was tight. I liked the story. The performances were pretty good. And I liked the urgency that it had. Just every time that timer came up, you see it counting down, and then when it hits 0, it starts counting up again for how long he's been without oxygen. So I thought it was really smart how they did that. And they just make you care. All the people on board are just doing everything they can, and it pays off in the movie, and I had a good time. So go see Last Breath. If you don't like deep dark water, step out of your comfort zone. Check it out, because you're trading a fear for a heartwarming story. So yeah,
I feel like it's basically out of theaters at this point, but it might.
well,
still
when
be
it comes to
there.
streaming, which it will inevitably, check it out. I'd say it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
What
let's
about you,
bring back
Spencer?
Ducky.
Quack quack.
Got him.
So
I got him.
I gotta know.
Yes.
Are there any sharks in this movie?
No.
Or are there any like Lovecraft Country, like underwater Christian Stewart monsters in this movie?
It's
There's no
grounded.
creatures.
It's
No
very
creatures at all.
grounded. Just
No
a
fish.
group of people on a ship trying to recover this guy. That's all it is.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
the
But
bottom
he
of the
has a
Black Sea.
flare. He has a flare, so
Doesn't
that
help.
helps.
Doesn't
Yes,
help.
oh,
I'm
it does.
I'm
Trust
sure it
me,
cuts to
because-
his. I'm sure it cuts to his POV of him like.
What are
looking
you
around.
afraid of?
Everything. Okay.
It's really not that scary. It's
No,
just
I
Watch
know.
it in the middle of the day with all the lights on with Remy on your lap. You're good.
and turn the brightness on your screen all the way up so it looks like he's in a swimming pool if you're that scared.
Sounds like fun. No, I'll totally check it out when it comes out on like Netflix or Peacock or whatever. But
Yeah, right.
On the
Fat
cock.
chance, bucko.
it sounds all right.
It's a good thriller. Sometimes you just want a good thriller. I've watched Fall like 3 times. Like, I don't know.
Actually, never seen Fall. No, I do want to check it out. The story sounded really intense. So yeah, I'll check it out at some point.
It also
All
has
right.
that
Woody
guy in it
Harrelson.
who
Woo!
was in Fear the Walking Dead that is an actor that nobody cares about, but he's the ship captain in this one, so that's cool.
He was in Doctor Sleep. Remember the one who helps Ewan
Cliff
McGregor?
Curtis?
Yeah, he's in.
Is that his
this,
name?
And he's
Cliff
awesome.
Curtis, yeah, he's great.
I feel like he always plays just like such a non-important character in like everything he's in. He just has that face where it's like, I'm not that important, but I still get movies sometimes.
I have
Okay.
that face.
Why don't you put
Oh,
together
he was
that
in
list?
Avatar. He was. Oh yeah. Oh, but you haven't seen Way of Water. That's right, because you hate
Oh.
movies.
I think he's also in like the Meg. All right, moving
Or-
on.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
The
The
movie
6 foot
that
tall.
I did go out and see in theaters was Mickey 17 with
Oh,
Robert
shit.
Pattinson. This is the new film from Bong Joon-ho. This is his follow-up from Parasite, the Best Picture winner. He's now a 3-time Oscar winner with that movie. And he basically got a fat check from Warner Brothers, maybe a blank check, and was like, all right, you can do whatever you want to do here. And he apparently had this idea, or it was a novel, and he had this adaptation screenplay that he'd been wanting to do for a while, and so he finally got the funding to do it, and got Robert Pattinson on board, got Mark Ruffalo, Stephen Yeun. He got a great cast involved with it. The trailer came out, and it looked so fucking weird and so bonkers, and I was like, whoa, okay, he looks like he's back in his like Okja and the Host and Snowpiercer type world, where he is just like he's doing like a political satire, like he's doing something very, very wonky, and that's what this movie was. It was so fucking insanely bonkers and silly and funny, but I found it very endearing. I found it very sweet, and I actually really enjoyed it. But John, you saw it, and I know you haven't seen it yet, so we won't go into like spoily stuff.
Seeing it
But
tomorrow.
John, what do you think?
It was so cool. I to be honest, I had no idea what I was getting into. I don't think I saw a trailer for this one, to be completely honest. Maybe I did, but I think the trailers were not super revealing from what I remember, so it didn't actually give that much away. Like, I didn't know what Robert Pattinson was going to be in this movie. So I'm glad that they didn't give that away, but this movie
Or
was
who he was gonna be.
yeah, I didn't know what Mickey 17 meant until I watched the movie, so that's good. But it was so fun. It was so exhilarating. It was long, like it was longer. It felt longer than I thought. Maybe that's due to kind of like the groundhog nature of it. But you know what you get from these characters: Robert Pattinson's insane performance, Mark Ruffalo, Toni Collette's insane performance. Like, this movie is just so balls to the wall crazy in every way. We're watching some of these crazy scenes right now if you're on YouTube through the trailer, but it's just so fun and wild and eye-opening at the same time, because there's absolutely a narrative here. There's a lot of statements to be had from this movie, but it's also like just a crazy idea of humans colonizing a planet and what could go wrong if you have, like, say, Donald Trump's on the plane. Like,
Literally,
what would
with Mark
happen if
Ruffalo doing a Donald Trump impersonation throughout like the whole movie? Like,
imagine
at
yeah,
times,
you
like
a
there's
very-
line deliveries where like, okay, wow, like he is just trailing Donald Trump right now. Okay, gotcha.
Oh yeah, like politics aside, imagine if you have certain personalities in the world today, you put them on a colonization ship, you bring them to a planet, they happen to come across these beings that are you could consider them hostile, whatever. What would go wrong?
Do you ever see this movie?
Is the result of that.
Idiocracy, Mike Judge with
I
Luke
hate that
Wilson,
movie.
came out in 2006. Nate, have you ever seen this movie?
No. I've
John,
never
you
heard of
haven't
this
either?
movie.
I've always despised that movie.
You okay? So you
Oh, I
have
know
seen it
that
though.
poster though.
Yeah, I've saw it
The
on
one
FX
with
like
Luke
15
Wilson on the
times.
front.
Okay, because this movie is very similar to Mickey 17, and I did not expect that at all. I was a little like, oh wow, like this is Bong Joon-ho's Idiocracy. Um, it is so like I don't want to go into like spoilers, but Robert Pattinson uh is doing such a insane swing for the fences voice here. Like he sounds at times like Steve Buscemi, then he sounds like Steve-O from Jackass. Uh, he just sounds just
is Steve-O.
like
He's like talking with a lisp, and like he's such a quirky, weird guy, and
such an
I mean,
oddball. But like I honestly like loved him. Like I could keep watching him doing his thing as especially Mickey 17, that variant. Um, and what I also loved, probably like my favorite part about this whole movie was his girlfriend played by Naomi Aki. Her name is Nasha in the movie.
mhm.
She plays like Mickey 17 is this like expendable. He's basically this like lab rat. So they could just keep on like testing him out. So because he dies and they can just reprint him and download new memories into him. So he's just like this expendable. And like he's just always in like these like baggy like pajamas throughout the whole movie. And his girlfriend is just like this elite like special agent, and that for no reason just has this like unconditional love for him, just absolutely like just will die by him, just loves this guy to death. And I just love that character and that dynamic throughout, just them. I wish I got more of just them throughout the movie. In the third act they
Mhm.
definitely go into just like the Mark Ruffalo politics stuff, which I'm like okay, and like the creatures and stuff, like what is going on here? But I had a fun time with it for sure. It was different than what I was expecting it to be, but I would totally watch this again. But like you are getting a very, very weird Bong Joon-ho movie back to where like he did like The Host and Okja. Like I don't know if you guys watch Okja, but like this is very similar.
Imagine if, let's say, 10 years from now, we're like we have, or let's say we're living 50 years from now, and Elon Musk is the same age, whatever, and he has the capability of bringing like a generation ship somewhere. Let's say he runs for president, and he keeps losing, and he's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna take all the people I want. We're gonna go to another planet, and we'll just do our own thing there. Like that's literally this movie, and it's crazy. Like the technology that they have the ability to reprint Robert Pattinson and use him as a crash test dummy. My favorite scene in this movie is when they get to the planet and they want to see if they can breathe the air, and they just they keep, it's like the editing is crazy in this movie too, because they just keep throwing him out there. He's puking up blood until they can come up with a vaccine. It's like, and he keeps dying over and over again, and it's like, it's just really smart, and like the satire behind it is hilarious, and it's a very dark comedy, through and through, and you could just tell that.
That is something to know though. This movie is a full on comedy. Like that is the true genre. It's a
Yeah,
comedy.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
it
I didn't
it's
really expect that, I guess. Like I didn't know what to expect, but like it is so goofy and silly. Like it is meant to be a comedy. So
there's a
know
scene in this
that going
movie.
into it.
I'm gonna stop giving things away, but there's a scene with Glenn from The Walking Dead where like Mickey Falls breaks his leg, and he's like, "Hey man, like the rope's not long enough. I'm just gonna leave you here if that's cool. We'll just print out another one." It's like, what? Like there's so many scenes like that where it's like he is truly expendable to like every definition of that word. Um, so yeah, I don't want to give anything else away, but I think this is absolutely worth seeing. It's crazy. It's Bong Joon-ho. He's one of those directors where you have to see all of his movies. So
And
I
it's
loved it.
by far my favorite performance from Robert Pattinson. Like he is so fantastic in this movie. Like he is channeling, like he plays homage to like performers from like South Korea. Like for like they're like sometimes like very over the top and eccentric
Oh
with
yeah.
like their movements and everything. There's a dinner scene in the movie where he just full on like commits, and it's so rewarding because you don't see a lot of people like go to that level. And Robert Pattinson just does it, and he full on like even the way he like communicates with certain characters in the movie too, with sounds. It was just so funny, and it was just unexpected. He's just having a ball here, and I think he's just really excited that he got to work with Bong Joon-ho and was just gonna do whatever the hell he wanted. So
He's
it came across on screen, and like that enjoyment and that fun translated for sure. So that was That was great. But
He's one or two movies away from an Oscar nom at this point. I mean, I think he's
I
shown
love
that
the roles he's
he
picking.
absolutely can do it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
if this movie had come out later in the year, I feel like there'd be an outside chance just with what he's able to bring with this character. But at this point, I don't see that being possible. But yeah, he was amazing.
those expecting another like Parasite, like that's not what Bong Joon-ho is trying to do here. But like you're still getting those those political satire messages that come across in all of his films, with like Snowpiercer, with like the social class system and everything, even in Parasite. Like it's throughout all of his movies. So that's very apparent here, and I'm sure Warner Brothers saw the cut and were like, "What the fuck do we do with this?" Like, holy shit!
Throw it
But
in
hey,
March.
I think it made like $40 or $50 million, and so it's like, all right, like that's not bad. But I mean, my theater, I think, was like they didn't know whether to laugh or whether to take it seriously. I think me and this other person, like a couple seats over, like we were the only ones that were just laughing throughout. But it is very goofy. It's very silly, but I think there is a lot of fun to be had here if you don't take it too seriously. So I'm gonna go 4 out of 5. Thought this movie was great. Had a very fun time with the movie, and I'd probably pick it up on Blu-ray once it's like 10 or 15 bucks.
Yeah, I'm at your 4 out of 5. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed every minute of this movie. I did start to feel the length a little bit because, you know, as you mentioned or hinted at, it's like the Mark Ruffalo over politicized BS kind of gets a little over the top, and overstays its welcome. But it's a hell of a fun time. I just love these like kind of sci-fi movies where they have these like generation ships that go out and try to colonize the planet and see all the antics that take place, because humanity is ultimately really stupid and selfish. So this really shows that in every sense of the word. Yeah.
We shall call them creepers. Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. So Nate, you see that movie tomorrow?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So I'll have to get your catch up next podcast in 2 weeks. But speaking of quickies and catch up, I have a couple that I'm sure we want to just cover real quick.
Sure.
I missed out on Hard Eyes, which you guys watched a couple episodes ago.
Mm-hmm. Final thoughts on that? Ducky? We both
Low-key,
talked
like
about it.
low-key one of my favorites of the year so far. Like that movie was so much fun. I don't know how they were able to blend so many genres together: romance, comedy, horror, and it actually worked. Like I was blown away. It was very, very cool. Like I actually cared about the characters. It, it you got to suspend the disbelief and that they are operating in some like heightened alternate reality that does not exist in our world, where like people are dying and they're like making jokes left and right still to the, but like it if you roll with it, it's a ton of fun. So I was blown away. And I also thought like the slasher element was very cool too, because it reminded me a bit of like Friday the 13th, or like in a violent nature, like the brutality was there. So that was great. But who else saw some stuff? Nate, you saw the monkey.
I did catch up on the monkey. I did enjoy it too. I just didn't find it as funny. Like I went into it thinking like some of these kills were going to be like, they were very over the top. I was hoping to laugh a little bit more, but I did enjoy it. Because it was just such a wacky thing. Just every time that monkey's arm went up, you're waiting for it to start hitting the drum, and then the minute it starts going, you're like, all right, who's next? Oh, but when that door opens and you see the gun just starting to fall, I'm just like, yes, I need more of this.
They'll just
And
explode.
Spencer,
was
what was the
wild.
line? What was the line in the hotel? Let's make like eggs and let's make like eggs and scramble.
Having a fucking mental breakdown in the hotel room.
Yeah. Which I was give or take with his performance. Like it worked in some scenes, but then he's playing a twin, and so he's essentially in two different roles. But no, I had a lot of fun, and that monkey, just something with the eyes. Like, sure, it's an inanimate object and it's just a toy, but when
Oh yeah.
I think there was a shot of it like in all darkness, and then as it zooms in, you just see the outlines of the shiny plastic eyeballs. I was like, okay, yeah, this is very creepy. Very, very creepy. And very
Yep.
fun.
For
a lot
sure.
of fun.
And it takes
I wanna
place in
see it
Maine,
again.
so that's always cool.
I'd like to see
Nostalgia.
Hard Eyes again, because I agree with you. That's one of my favorite movies of the year, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's in the top 5. Just because it's
Really?
Wow, that's
Holy
that's
shit.
a claim.
What'd you give it? 4
literally
or 4.5?
4.5.
Okay.
Because
It makes sense. Like I
when
was
they're
watching this with
in-
you in mind like the whole time. Like I'm like, he has to love it. The drive-in sequence alone. I texted that to you. I'm like, you had to been filming the mouth during that scene. Like that was unreal.
they're just sitting in some people's van while that couple is fucking in the back while they're watching His Girl Friday. I was like, yes. Oh my god, I wish I was there. I wish I was an extra being slaughtered. And the whole Hard Eyes concept with just night vision and whatnot, I just thought was really epic.
Yeah.
A lot
Valentine's
of
Day
fun.
killer.
I could watch that right now and just the couple killer.
I will say that the third act though, like, come on.
A little
on.
much.
Like, whatever.
A little too much.
Like it was just like, come on. All right. My Dead Friend Zoe, John.
Yeah, you didn't see My Dead Friend Zoe? Come
Oh.
on.
a movie that's not even playing in theaters in this state? No, I didn't get
Bro.
a chance to see this movie, but I didn't know that it
Dude,
was
Natalie Morales is in this movie.
it was one of your like AMC screen and scenes or like the movie Mystery Mondays that was randomly playing, and it has good reviews, I think.
I think it has
but
great
it's super-
reviews.
It's a super independent film that not a lot of people are talking about. But yeah, no, it has like some decent reviews, and John went and saw it, and yeah. What do you think?
So to be honest, I almost double featured I think it was either Last Breath or something, and then I was gonna go see this. I'm like, oh, it plays in like 10 minutes, so maybe I'll go see it. And I'm like, I don't have the attention span for
Another
a
movie.
sad movie about Afghanistan right now. So I went and saw it the next morning at 11 a.m. But it has Michael Burnham from Star Trek Discovery. Her real name is Sanqua Martin Green. Ed Harris, Morgan Freeman's in it. Natalie Morales, friend of the show.
Is this the movie with the girl, like she's sitting on the bumper of her Humvee with her friend?
Yes.
And okay, I remember seeing the trailer for this and thinking, how are they going to pull this off? But it makes sense now.
Yeah, it's another dark comedy. Like you cut back and forth between kind of like post Afghanistan and during Afghanistan, and seeing kind of their relationship develop before and after she's dead. You don't know how she dies, so there's a lot of kind of tension throughout the movie. Like it keeps cutting back and forth to the scene of them at that Humvee, and you're like, you feel like something's about to happen to her, and tensions rise, this and that. But at the end of the day, it was just a really kind of like heartwarming story of her, Sonequa Martin Green, definitely butchering her name, trying to like connect with her grandfather, and her mom wants to put him in a nursing home, and he has this like beautiful lake house in Oregon, and this and that. And like the whole time, like she's battling her demons of seeing her dead friend with her. And it's kind of like a dark comedy at times too. And then also Morgan Freeman is like her trauma counselor at AA about kind of having PTSD. So she's like missing those meetings to help with her grandfather and this and that. And it ends up being a really heartfelt movie. It's all a true story. Like I actually cried at the end of this movie, like for the last like 20 minutes or so. This movie is like genuinely like emotional. I swear to God.
Really?
I swear to God.
Really?
Yeah. Whoa.
You cried in
whoa.
a movie when you have Morgan Freeman looking like that on the poster? Like, do you even think he knows where he is?
He's Spencer. Listen. This is a really good movie. This is like a really. It's sad. It's like Ed Harris has dementia, and like, come on.
No, I definitely will check it out for sure. I mean, it has great reviews, and you gave it a 4.5. I mean, but then again, like I saw this, I'm like, oh, is this like this year's Wildflower
No,
or
no, no.
Suncoast or just like those like coming of age movies that are very just kind of generic and just by the numbers, but they strike a chord with you because I don't know.
Is that what I am to you? Damn,
You
that's
love
crazy.
the female-led coming of age movies that have to deal with like these types of
I do.
like getting over certain things in life. And
Aw,
but
means a
anyway,
lot, dude.
7.3 and like a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, hey, I will totally check it out. I'm excited to see it. And if you loved it and you cried in the last 20 minutes, I mean,
cried.
fuck.
I never cry during movies. Like it's happened more often now that I think I'm getting older and more sad.
No,
That's neither here
you've
nor there.
experienced more of the world, so you can relate to things and understand it. And
I think I have
it
some
makes more sense.
actual like empathy for other human beings. Believe it or not, it's like you wouldn't think so looking at me.
Whoa!
I know it's like
All
insane.
right. We can't have that on the
Don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah, we gotta put him on the
Like,
back
who
burner.
would
a
have
little
fucking
bit.
thought?
This is our
all right.
beloved host, everybody. Like,
I know.
My dead
These
friend is Zoe. All right.
I keep
If that
wanting to
is
say Zoe. I
playing in
hate
the
when I
theater
see
near
Zoe
you,
without a Y.
Oh yeah, it's not like Zoe 101, is it?
um,
Where's Jamie Lynn
Nate, do you think-
Spears when you need her?
think you'll go see that movie? Or do you think you'll see it when it comes out on like Hulu,
I think
whatever?
you're
Yeah,
like
if
there,
it's
Nate.
if it's streaming, I'll
Alright.
check it out because when I saw the trailer, I thought it was cool when she's at the meeting and I'm thinking it's both of them like recovering from war, and then it
Yeah.
cuts back and it's just her sitting there. I was like,
Spoiler.
"Oh,
Mm,
clever!"
happened.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh.
Or I
All
mean,
right,
just watch
um,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 100th time.
Watch it with your family. It'll make you feel good.
I like to watch things alone because I have nothing.
No, really, it's a good movie, and it does like there's links at the end to like support veterans and stuff. It's actually like it's very very genuine and emotional. Truly,
Hmm.
yes.
Cool.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's move
Still
on
apprehensive.
to the final segment here. We have a Cine2Nerdle match between John and I. This is for the dub. Then I can retire from Cine2Nerdle from.
Nope,
for a
you have to
while.
keep
If you like
playing
this stuff.
because I will
What
play
are you
you.
assuming you're gonna win?
Maybe
Whoa,
we can get back to
mister.
some movie trivia or like I don't know, something like movie fights or some
You
other
ain't
stuff.
running.
But
You ain't running. I'm
Hey,
coming
Nate's
for
gonna
you.
pick the starting film. Good luck, Ducky.
But yeah, we're gonna load up the
I'm just
Cine2Nerdle
spectating.
match, get John and I all ready to go, and Nate's gonna do the commentary for you audio listeners. So let's get that set up here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
All right,
Do you
we
have
need a
that? Are you
starting
gonna play the intro
film.
song?
Oh, was that it? We don't have an intro song for this
No,
one.
no intro song. But we do
Oh,
need
because it was set to like me
Yeah.
and you when
we
did
need
it.
a
Okay.
starting film here, Nate. So if you could come up with one for John and I, starting film.
So the film that you are going to start with is going to be Wedding Crashers.
All right.
Give
Get
you a
ready to
broad spectrum to
Yeah.
kind of work from, and then we'll see where the knowledge goes from there.
Okay.
Wedding Crashers, the 2005 film.
Decent cast already. We got Owen Wilson, Vince Vaughn, Christopher Walken, Isla Fisher, Rich McAdams, Bradley Cooper.
Don't help me too
Bradley
much.
Cooper.
All right. I'm just going off memory.
Wow.
Jim
There you
Carrey, Catherine Hahn,
Wow.
Steve Carell's in it.
Oh, and they go with Wedding Crashers as the start.
David
There
Dobrik
you
directed
go,
this.
dude.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
All right.
J
I'm going
Money's first.
No, I'm
Is
not.
that correct? Oh, you're not. I'm going by the color of the timer. Okay.
It says opponent's turn.
Ooh,
okay. He did a
Ducky
movie.
throws in the changeup. Little Jason Bateman, Ryan Reynolds. Fun little one with Olivia Wilde. Ooh, everyone loves Olivia. This is Leslie Mann, dude. I know that's probably not her butt in this movie, but I like to imagine that it is.
Sorry, we're all winners now.
Isn't that Paul
We're all
Rudd
winners
too,
now.
right? Is he the husband?
I don't know. Is he?
I don't know, but it's counting down for Duck Party.
My
Oh,
browser
and
is
apparently
so slow
is.
right now.
Ant-Man. I saw this movie
typing
with my
stuff
buddy
in and
Derek
nothing's
when it
popping
was in
up.
theaters. All right, J Money. Where is it? He throws in Anchorman, the most boring, bland choice.
My brain blanks. I can't. I wish the timer wasn't there. Personally,
Yeah, that's why it's there. It's to make this a competition. So we're just waiting on Duck Party. What's he going to connect with? Maybe a little
Oh,
Tim
fuck
Robbins. Oh,
you,
he's
dude.
going the Adam McKay route. Oh, don't look up. Thousands of people right now just looked up.
With a win condition, bitch.
And I love fingerling potatoes.
It's true.
Oh,
Win condition my
okay.
ass, motherfucker.
Taking the J-Law route with a little bit of the X of the men. I wonder when the Y women are coming.
Oh wow, you're impressive.
Sticking with the X-Men universe. Days of Futures Past, the only X-Men movie I have seen other than Logan. Les Miserables.
Blaze.
Jean Valjean, played by Hugh Jackman.
Never finished the movie.
And
Couldn't get through it.
Russell Crowe. You got Amanda Seyfried. I keep
This
getting
is
a
helpful.
Charlie horse in my leg. All right.
Walk it off. Walk it
Let's
off.
see
You
it,
gotta
Duck
get some
Party.
potassium.
Where are you gonna go with this
Spike.
one?
I can't go
You're gonna
sci-fi.
throw in.
So I'm gonna go with
Ooh.
Bad Education, which we have an episode on those movie news archives.
And Hugh Jackman is off the board. So sorry, John. You cannot use the fountain.
No, you can't. Can't use the phone.
But blue.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
he's
fucking-
gotta use his gas lifeline.
I thought that was
Man.
fucking Kate Blanchett.
Oh no.
no, buddy.
Oh. Okay.
Allison Janney.
Alice and Janney, the mile-long legs, but she has an Oscar. So
I don't know if there's a
Let's see
sci-fi.
what Duck
There's got to be a
Party-
sci-fi in there.
where's he going? Sam Rockwell with Mr. Right. He is the cousin of Mrs. Left. Oh, and Jay Money just comes in with Digging for Fire. I have never heard of this.
Oh, fuck you, you
And
bitch.
Duck Party throws in Moon.
There's nobody else in this movie.
There's one other
You could like
person.
something else. It's very,
Jay
it's
Money,
very
counting
easy.
down.
Very easy.
There's one name right there.
Fuck. I couldn't think of it.
He skipped. He
Skipped.
took the
If he didn't
easy
rush me
way
like
out.
that.
So we're back to Duck Party, I believe, who throws
Yeah, I
in
know.
American Beauty. Amazing movie.
Kevin
Fantastic
Spacey with a
movie.
voice only role in that.
What is the fucking movie he's in?
Come on, J Money.
He's in a lot of movies, but not too many.
You got
movies
10
recently.
seconds. And it doesn't have to be Kevin Spacey.
Doesn't have to be. No,
Shit.
it's a big cast.
Ooh,
Oh.
and he uses his time lifeline.
All the money in the world
Very
he was in,
smart.
but he was edited out, and Christopher Plummer replaced him because of the controversies.
A Bug's Life. We go from Best Picture winner to A Bug's Life
I'll go with a
But he
sci-fi Kevin
comes
Spacey
back.
movie
What
for the
the
final.
fuck?
with K-Pax. I thought that
about-
was like a vaping pod or something, but
It's a
apparently
good movie. It's
from
about
2001.
a alien that comes to Earth and disguises
Who
as
is
a
that
human.
guy?
Oh, not the heretic, John. Try again.
That's not Hugh Grant.
And he skips again. We have to get rid of the skips because John has had.
I would
two
just. The
free
game would be
turns
over.
now. All right, Jeff Bridges is who it
Oh,
was. Spencer knew
man.
who it was with the Big Lebowski. Not talked enough. Ooh, John Goodman. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. In 10 Cloverfield Lane.
I like the
Great
impressions
movie.
we get.
Death Proof. You really want to be in my seat.
Oh,
Love
that's
it.
not sci-fi. Come on.
Immediately
Come on, Scarface.
with Sky High. Great movie. Fantastic movie.
Oh wait, what the
And
fuck?
Gone
Wait, no.
Girl.
Whoa. I didn't even do that. I didn't even do that escape.
Mm.
That's weird. I'm gonna do
Okay,
a spoiler.
that's-
I typed in escape from New York.
Okay.
So that's
Oh,
weird,
weird.
that happened. So it's
So
weird
maybe-
that
okay.
happened.
So
Maybe I
remember
just
that if you type
hit
in
enter
words
too
it
early.
might sub for yourself.
So that's fine.
So
It's
the
all right. It's
town.
okay.
I
J
can't
Money
block.
with the
I'm out of
town.
everything. All I have is an escape. So Spencer's just gonna fucking rail me with sci-fi movies now. Yep, here we go.
Hypnotic, a little new, a little bit newer.
It's a Robert.
What are you thinking,
I
John?
shouldn't say that.
Oh, and he
Wonder.
knocks
Ooh,
Ben
that's
Affleck off the board.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
To the Wonder, 2013. I
He's
graduated
just gonna
high
do a
school
Sid
that
Ren
year.
line. I already know it.
Why would I do that?
John, you've never even seen that movie, so I don't appreciate you using it.
I do want to see it. I actually do.
Fantastic. And we're counting down here. for
I
Duck
missed my
Party.
movie review on To the Wonder. Oh, he uses
And
time.
he smartly uses his time, which basically gives him a
Yeah,
whole
my
nother...
browser's glitching the fuck out right now, so nothing's showing
With
up.
me-
I type a movie in.
Oh, and they're trying to sucker in the commentator here because these
I have
are
no
two
plan.
fantastic
I have no
movies.
plan.
With the Thin Red Line, which actually has a massive cast.
I'll go with the
There's
movie
a ton
we,
of people in this movie.
we referenced earlier.
Oh,
God.
Spencer being meta with the podcast throws in Splice, 2009.
For the win
Dang,
condition.
I wish
too.
I was playing right now. And Spencer is slowly and
Ah,
silently
fuck you.
getting towards his win condition.
I know where you're
He is
going with
moving
that with
away.
Predators. No way, bitch.
Ooh. Oh, also very meta with the 2024 Best Actor winner. And there goes Adrian Brody. He's off the board. Nope, you can't use the pianist. No, you can't use the SNL.
Got to
skit
go with
where
a
he
different
plays
actor
Jamaican.
from the movie.
Ugh. Come on, John. It's just Predators. There's a handful of people you could pick from.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh man.
And
Oh, escapes with the
and
Dark
puts
Knight
up
Rises,
the
dude. Come
That's
on.
Dark
bullshit. And it's
Knight
just, I mean, you can't win
Rises.
off an escape, though. I'm just prolonging the inevitable here.
Yeah.
Hey,
it's
I
fine.
appreciate the effort because this is very intense, and I'm just the commentator. I have no stakes in the game.
I feel like
And he goes with
Spencer should
Brett.
have to have a harder win condition.
A very good mystery movie with
Mine's
Joseph
on random
Gordon-Levitt.
category.
Did we have a podcast on Brick? Is that correct? Or is that one of
we
our...
do.
Sadly, we
yes.
do. I made
John
my dad watch
hated
it with us. I did not like it.
Oh,
That
it's
was
a
really
great
bad.
movie. Great movie. Great movie.
I think I've seen it like
All right,
3
J
times now.
Money.
Fuck.
It's going down for you. Goes with The Walk. A fun movie. A very fun movie. I bought it
It's
full
over.
price at
It's
Bull
fine.
Moose when it
It's
came
over.
out. Silly me.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
over.
sorry.
Um,
I don't.
come on,
It doesn't
please.
have to be over. I mean, I could do a different movie, but I just feel like I need
Whatever.
to.
I don't care.
Ooh,
Good
but you
job.
went with Looper, and it ends at the win condition. Ducky
Yeah.
takes the first game.
I was gonna do Don John, but then I knew you'd be able to win with Under the Skin. But it's like it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's in so many movies. I don't know. Good job.
So, Duck Party wins round 1.
He's leaving me hanging though.
Let's go to round 2.
He's still leaving me hanging. Good game.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see it. Yeah.
Other hand. There you go. That's better. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Thank you, Nate. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So, are you doing another one, or are
We
you
have to.
calling?
Yeah. For the memes. For the
I'll
people.
go easier.
I'm
I'll go.
gonna bring it-
I'll
I'm
lighten
gonna-
up a little bit.
Ooh, Spencer is taking.
Are you
just-
taking your
he's-
win condition
He's
away?
taking pity. He is
No.
taking pity on.
I bet
J
you
I'm just
can't.
kidding.
I bet you. I think you should have to try to beat me with no lifelines, and I get all my lifelines, and I bet you would still win.
Why don't we just do classic at that point?
No, okay, fuck it. Let's do the regular game.
All right.
That's too much.
Nate, we need another starting film, please.
So, the next film to start round 2 is going to be
Wedding Crashers.
Iron Man 2. Let's go with Iron
Oh.
Man 2. I had Gwyneth Paltrow in my head, so I figured, yeah.
Iron Man 2.
Well,
All right.
Gwyneth.
There's a couple
All right.
people in this movie, and well, let's see if you guys can figure it out in the dudes battle. Dun 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 dun.
We do be battling.
Iron Man
Oh.
2.
Your boy's
Good
up
choice,
first.
host.
Keep in
Good
mind,
choice.
though, we are just chill guys.
He goes with the wrestler, Mickey Rourke, and
Dylan's favorite movie.
iconic role, if you want to call it iconic. But a fun movie. Our friend Dylan hates it.
He also doesn't like Hop for some reason.
And he goes with
What the fuck is this?
Duck Party may have just won in round 3.
Who the
There's
what?
only one thing that I know that could tie to this.
Oh, fuck.
my
What? Come
God.
on. You could have named any other Darren Aronofsky movie. The Whale.
I don't know any other
The
Darren
Fountain,
Aronofsky movies.
Black
Requiem for a
Swan,
Dream.
Mother.
Didn't know he did any of those. I'm not a director guy. I can't win with directors unless it's
So
like
we got Mrs. Doubtfire on the
Scorsese
board
or-
right now.
yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire. Hello.
What is Pie? And how does that even
Pie?
connect? Oh, it's the director.
Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, Duck Party. He's hesitating a little bit. Had to use his time lifeline.
Oh, he's trying to
The
play
final
a
cut does
an
not
Apple
work.
video editing app.
I feel like he's going for Sally Fields here. No, he went with Robin Williams as the genie.
I forgot the
10,000
win condition
years.
Active, so why am I thinking
Gives me
sci-fi?
such a crick in the neck. Aladdin. Never seen it. All right, 1 hour photo. Deep pick. Deep pick. Great Robin Williams performance. How will Duck Party respond? 3 seconds. The final.
Just play that? Oh.
Hey, Robin
I
Williams,
missed
you're
the-
off the board.
Oh shit. What the I'm clicking and it's opening Amazon. Okay, Jesus.
right,
what
J-Money.
the fuck? Who was in this? I don't know who any of these people are.
Ooh, I
Who's-
see a name there next to by Robin Williams that you could use some for.
I don't know who any of these people are. Sorry, skipping.
You had the what's it called?
help me,
Passion
don't
of the
help me.
Christ. The Thin Red.
You're helping him.
Oh no, sorry. I was talking for John.
I've heard of Jim
I had Passion of the Christ
Caviezel.
written out, but I went with a different movie because he said it.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you were
You're
going
fine.
down the Caviezel route.
Yeah, you're good.
The Sound of Freedom
Well, now he
Oh,
uses it.
John
What's the fucking
is
point?
a cheater. I am not going to say any other
Well, I
movies now.
Next it to that movie. Hey, for what it's worth, I didn't know.
It's all right. You honestly need it.
Great movie. Great movie. But Spencer goes deep. He goes apocalypto. I like it. Watched it in our first
Okay.
apartment, actually. Oh, he didn't direct that, John.
I guess not. Yeah, I
He
thought
directed that. Good old
yeah.
Bald Wahlberg. Flight Risk 2025. The most
For the
recent
record,
movie.
I am trying
Please.
really hard. I just want people to know that I'm just stupid. Okay. Nice
he
Topher
goes
Grace
to
connection.
Topher Grace.
He's
Man.
got to be in this movie, right?
Where has he been other than in Heretic?
Like, surely he's in The Intern.
Interstellar.
Oh,
He's getting
yeah.
that.
He
Yeah.
is in that movie.
Shit! Fucking
Fuck.
stop.
Gets to kiss Jessica Chastain, dude. Like,
Yeah.
what?
He was in it just for that. It keeps opening
Take
Amazon.
Me Home Tonight. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Spencer has sold this
shit.
movie.
Is
What's J Money thinking? We're both sitting on 1 and 1 for our win condition, so I don't see that being the victory means today. And he uses his time. Adds another 15
Who
on.
was that actress? Who was that guy?
You do have
dude.
lifelines. There we go.
Oh, it's Anna Faris.
But he has to use like all of them for one movie, and it's Take Me Home Tonight.
Former wife of Chris Pratt.
Yeah, because I don't
Movie
know. Oh, Michelle
43.
Trachtenberg's in it. Oh, of course she is.
And Duck Party just threw a freaking curveball where I'm like, what? And then John goes stereotypical. Anna Faris, you're off the board. And Ducky,
Oh my
that's not
God.
fair.
Fucking damn
Just
it.
because you worked on the movie doesn't mean you get to play it, okay?
I didn't ask him to go this direction. He went Scary Movie.
Fuck
2.
you. Fuck you. You hate that movie.
One
I'm
of the
playing
greatest movies ever, Norbit. He plays 3 characters. Come on.
Honestly, I had no idea who was in that movie. It just seemed like it was a movie he would be in.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh my god! Come on, little.
Gone. He's gone.
Come on, Duffy.
Oh, and he used a rush.
I don't know what
I'm just
he's
saying,
in.
I'm just trying to beat you at your own game now.
And he
Oh,
skips.
come on.
What game? You
skips.
played Sextuplets. You trying to play a movie that's ranked 12,000th? 12,000th.
He's throwing in some curveballs. I can appreciate that.
Must be greater popularity than 174. Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All right, a real
Harry
movie.
Washington.
Who would have thought?
Okay.
A real movie.
Great movie. I woke up one morning and said,
You're
"Hey
welcome
Spencer,
for
you want to watch
getting us back
Django
on
Unchained?"
track.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do The Revenant. We're gonna keep it Leo.
Oh,
Good choice. Good
well,
choice.
definite action. Okay.
Won a little golden statue.
He deserved it, and so did that horse. But they don't give it Oscars for that.
Oh, we going with Tom Hardy. You know how many Tom
Yo.
H's there are in Hollywood that are British? Lots.
Couple.
Can you name two?
Dunkirk. Yeah, Tom Hiddleston, Tom Holland, Tom Hardy. Don't Worry, Darling with
Um.
the King. Harry
Oh
Styles.
shit. Oh god. Oh.
Where's he gonna go? Has he been in anything else? I think so. Oh, and he went with Florence Pugh. Fantastic actress. I hope she wins an Oscar someday.
She's probably in a sci-fi movie. I just couldn't think of it. 20 seconds.
That's all right. There was a block placed. So we are on Duck Party, who
You
throws
bitch.
in. He is being so like just cutthroat. He just threw Francis Ha in there.
What?
But
I don't know.
John has
What the fuck are you
mainstream
talking
knowledge,
about?
so he could pull something out here. And he
Right.
does mainstream.
Oh my god. Somehow there's an Amazon ad on my page that I can't see, and I keep clicking it.
Well, stop clicking
Oh
it.
my god.
Um,
What the fuck is this, dude?
And Duck Party goes with White Noise. Greta Gerwig is off the board. And could that
don't-
be a win?
I don't know who else.
See, something
don't-
about Greta Gerwig and like squids and whales is like a really weird thing. But who knows?
Fuck. I don't know what else
see if-
Greta Gerwig's in, dude. Oh, wait.
Can't do a Greta Gerwig movie.
She's off the board.
Dude, didn't Noah Baumbach do those movies?
No,
Chappie
that
and District
was
9?
No,
that
that's
was
Neil
director?
Blomkamp.
Neil Blomkamp.
It's the same
Noah
fucking
Baumbach
thing.
is no,
So
it's a different
Ducky
director.
wins
Squid and Whale and everything like that. Yeah, sorry.
round 2,
Sorry.
and he wins the whole competition.
I'm just not built for this. You know, if Spencer couldn't play movies like Francis Ha and White Noise and Smiley Face bullshit, then I think I'd have a chance. But at the end of the day, I made it 33 rounds with the Duck in the first game, 31 in this one.
Congratulations,
You
Duck
know?
Party. You are the Cine2Nerdle champion. You can ride off into the sunset because he's scared to face me again. And
I'll face you any day.
Yeah. ooh,
Let us know. Let us know in the comments if seeing how good this guy is right here to my right, to your left of the screen. If you think you have the knowledge to beat said person, there's a potential future where we could do this live on YouTube and Twitch, and you could try to beat this guy right here at Cine2Nerdle. And maybe not just
We
him,
can
maybe all
try.
three of us could compete against you.
Ooh.
And we try to kick your and you try to kick our shit in, you try to kick our shit in. You know, it could be a really good time. Maybe there's prizes at stake. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm not making any promises, but I'm just throwing it out there that could be a potential future.
He's
for you
flashing
listening.
the record out in front of everybody. Like,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
crazy.
he's throwing down the gauntlet and just being like, "Step up."
I've done okay. I had a really nice streak going. I had like a 13 win streak, and then I lost by someone using those like keys. Like
it's broken, dude.
it like bypasses like using the 3 actors or 3 directors. It like just instantly like cancels them out. Sucks. So and they got their win condition like immediately. I was like, okay, great. So that's annoying, but yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Okay.
Cine2Nerdle, check it out. If you have any remote movie knowledge, it's probably worth playing. Out. I'm sure I will be in the theater 2 or 3 times. Out. Nikki 17. Spencer, you gonna go see anything?
This coming week? I don't know. I don't think so.
Think of a movie. The clock's climbing down. Oh, I just sped you up.
No.
Great. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go watch The White Lotus. Deuces.
Throw it in the oven. I'm in.
I just won my first Grammy!
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
Roadhouse.